Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the greatest recordings ever. And I mean ever. I really do. Because this one, oh my God, I remember when this came out. I remember the day it came out. I remember listening to it 450,000 times. There we are, Carl Nielsen, Symphony No. 2 and the Aladdin Suite with the Gothenburg Symphony Orchestra under Myung-Whun Chung on BIS. Note, this is one of the old BISs, the ones with the warning label, the one about warning label, natural dynamics. It could blow up your speakers if you don't have the right sound system and all that stuff. Oh, that was such a great little advertising ploy because this came out at the very dawn of the CD era. It was one of BIS's earliest compact discs, and it just blew everybody's minds sonically. It was extraordinary. It was recorded in, wait a minute, let's see. Warning, contrary to established practice, this recording retains the staggering dynamics of the original, in all caps, performance. This may damage your loudspeakers, but given first-rate playback equipment, and Robert von Bahr of BIS always had first-rate playback equipment. I know, I was at his house, I heard it. You are guaranteed a truly remarkable musical and audio experience. Good luck. God, that's hilarious. Anyway, this was recorded in 1983. 1983. So the compact disc basically hit the market around 1979, at least in the United States. I remember because it was the year of my high school graduation, and when I had gotten to Baltimore, at Johns Hopkins University for college, and we used to go to Record Masters in the Rotunda, which had a wonderful classical annex. CDs popped up somewhere in that couple of year period. They began to arrive, and then when I got to grad school in 1983, when I was at Stanford, there were about yay many CDs available. I mean, a small amount. And this was one of them. And oh my God, we put it on and everyone was playing it. Everybody, just for the glory, not so much of the Second Symphony, which is wonderful, but the Aladdin Suite, especially the opening march, which sounds a bit like, Prokofiev's Romeo and Juliet, the Knight's Dance, the one everybody loves. Boom, 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 dum, ba-dum, ba-da, da-da, da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. But, well, this does one of those, right? It's boom, crash, boom, crash, boom, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's the Oriental March or something like this. Yes, Orientalischer Fest March. That's what it is. And oh my goodness, oh, it was just incredible. And it did two things. This recording accomplished two things. It, first of all, introduced a bazillion people to Nielsen's Second Symphony, which had existed, marginally. The four temperaments. Each movement they were based on a series of pictures, a series of cartoonish caricatures, actually. So, of the four temperaments, that is choleric, which, is angry, phlegmatic, which is kind of, mellow, neither here nor there. The most amazing tune Nielsen wrote for his phlegmaticism. Da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. It goes nowhere. It's fabulous. Then the melancholy, and finally the sanguine. Yeah, it ends with an allegro sanguineo. I mean, it's just such a wonderful, wonderful work. Now, some of us grew up on the old Morton Gould recording of it. Remember that? It was on RCA. So it wasn't as if it didn't exist. It practically didn't exist because that was in it. I mean, it lasted 50 seconds in the catalog, and although it was a very good performance, it wasn't an easy work to find. And Nielsen, to the extent he had any reputation at all as a symphonist, he was like Tchaikovsky or Sibelius, or his reputation was based on a selection of the 6 symphonies that he wrote. In this case, like Tchaikovsky, the later ones, 4 and 5. 6 was out in outer space somewhere. 4 and 5 were the ones, the inextinguishable, and then the fifth, once you got past the fourth. The third, the Espansivo, was also as good as Unknown, although it's a screaming masterpiece and a mature work from like 1911. So Nielsen was not well known. The Aladdin suite was totally unknown. And, the idea that he'd written this wonderful, colorful, characterful music. Oh my goodness. I mean, it was just amazing. After the Fest March, you have Aladdin's dance and the dance of the Morgan Nabal, which is, who knows, misty thingies. Then you have a Hindu dance and a Chinese dance, and then a fabulous piece called The Marketplace at Isfahan, which is one of Nielsen's. Nielsen was a quiet revolutionary. Let's put it that way. In the Inextinguishable, you have two sets of timpanis slugging it out. The finale and the fifth, you have that snare drum cadenza, which has to be improvised. Well, this has several orchestral groups all playing one after the other in their own rhythm, in their own time. It's almost Ivesian. It's a collage. So there's that. And then you've got the dance of the Gefangenen, whichever a Gefangenen is. I'm not going through this. I have the titles in English somewhere. And then well, it's sort of a hard thing to translate into English because of the way it looks in Danish, but it's the Black People's Dance. Let's put it that way, which is just a thrilling finale. And oh my goodness, it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. For people who never heard it, it came as a revelation, and then it was recorded in such stunning fidelity. So we had really what was basically completely unfamiliar music recorded in amazing sound with really punchy, ballsy performances by Myung-Whun. Unfortunately, he didn't complete this cycle because he jumped ship to Deutsche Grammophon. And so Nima Järvi completed the cycle and not as well. Quite frankly, it was a bit of a letdown. And then, of course, Järvi did his own Nielsen cycle for Deutsche Grammophon when he jumped ship for Deutsche Grammophon, and it wasn't that great either. He was not a Nielsen guy, not to the manner born. And Chung really was, because his recordings of this and the Espansiva and the fifth are all fantastic, really first class. And so they're worth having as individual discs anyway. But I just thought this was like, wow. And so did everybody else. And in the ensuing decades, as Nielsen has been recorded, he was sort of discovered with the CD era. And so, of course, Blomstedt did his very good Nielsen cycle. And then there were, a couple of them on Chandos, neither of which were that great. There was Thompson, and there was the slow and heavy Rozhdestvensky, which is interesting for what it is. But there just were lots of Nielsen cycles popping up all over the place, and repackaging of earlier ones as well. So it was very easy to forget these performances. It really was, but they shouldn't be, because the distinctiveness really stands out. I mean, I listened to this again just a couple days ago, and I was amazed all over again with just how exciting these performances are, and sonically still state of the art. Incredible stuff. So keep on listening, friends. Thank you for joining me, and do get this greatest recording ever. It will give you an opportunity to listen to music that you probably don't pay much attention to in the rest of your life, but you'll wish you had. I guarantee it. Take care.